Hello PIXIFI fans, Tony Cooper here once again with another update to your updates. For the longest time, workflows have been a particular interest of mine simply because they have the propensity to offer an awesome amount of automation to your events, to your projects, and now to your products. So what I wanted to go over with you is a new feature in PIXIFI that gives you the opportunity to add an event through a workflow. Yeah, you heard me. Adding a new event through a workflow. So what we're going to do first thing is we're going to take you over to our workflow templates. Right here, templates, workflow templates, and here we are in our workflow templates. One of the things that a lot of people do is they have a specific amount of time, for example, that will elapse between, let's say, a photo session and an ordering session. Okay, and this can be anything, obviously, regardless of what industry you're in. You can use PIXIFI for a lot of different things. But one thing that a lot of people have told me that they're doing is that when they shoot a session, and let's say for a mini session, okay, one of the things that you do is that if you're having this mini session, you've set up this mini session event, everybody has to come back like a week later. Okay, they have to come back. If you're doing the mini session event on a Saturday, they have to come back the following Saturday. Right, so you set up in your workflow, which you set up your usual stuff. You've got a questionnaire that's going to go out. You've got your email reminder. Your appointment is set up. You've got a text message reminder, and you've got a portrait session. Here's some more information about your portrait session. But one of the things that you can do now, which I think is a huge benefit, especially to mini session people and lots of others, is you can add an event to your workflow, which I just think is a super powerful concept, because if you go in and what you're going to do is, of course, just click add, and right down here under add event, right under add gift card is add event, and you can do sales appointment, however you word the names for your events, stuff like that, sales appointment. And then if you want to, you can even use some of the tokens that are available that are specific, in this case for events, because this is an event workflow. But one of the things that I was thinking, I just use something simple. I just use sales appointment and then the contact first and last name. It's that way you know who it's for and what it is. So what event type is it? This is going to be a portrait sales appointment in my case, and the event date is 7 days after the event date. So the event date that it's referring to here is the event date that started this workflow. Okay, all right, so if this event is on the 7th of the month, then you are creating an event that occurs 7 days after that. So it would be on the 14th. Okay. You can apply an event workflow to a new event. You can say, okay, so this is my portrait order appointment, and you can apply an event status. You can say new event booked. You can do a location. We're going to say this is at the studio, and when to create the event. Okay, so this is when the event date is, but this is when you want the event to be created. All right, so what I'm going to say is I'm going to say that it's going to be created 1 day after the current event. All right, so I know this might get confusing for you, so I'm going to kind of walk you through it. If your photo shoot or your current appointment is on the 7th of June, okay, and you want your sales appointment to be on the 14th of June, then you are going to say that it is going to be scheduled for 7 days after the current event date. So it's going to be scheduled for the 14th. What this is asking for is when you want to create this event. And I don't want to create it on the same day as the photo shoot because they're going, wait, I thought I already had an appointment. So don't confuse your clients. Instead, if you create this 1 day after the session, what they're saying, what they're actually asking for, or what they're actually doing, is you are creating this on the fly on the next day. So your clients are there, they get their pictures taken, and they go, okay, so when can we see these? And say, you're going to get an email. It's all next Saturday, or whenever it is, 7 days away, in this case. And they say, oh, okay. And most people are good with that. They're saying, okay, great. We knew that was the way it was coming in. What you're going to do, obviously, with your emails and your marketing materials is you're going to say, okay, you're getting the photo shoot done on this Saturday, but you have to come back the following Saturday. No, we're not putting it online. Okay. So 1 day after the current event on the 7th, so on the 8th, it is going to create this for the 14th. All right, so you save that. Now what's going to happen is you got this this new icon in here for creating an appointment or creating an event. And if you pop it open, we'll go over this one more time for you. What's going to happen 1 day after the current event that is in progress, the event that's on the 7th in our example, it is going to create a new event. And that event is going to be called Sales Appointment with the name of the client. It's going to be a portrait sales type appointment. It's going to be scheduled for 7 days after the current event date. So if your event date is on the 7th, it's going to be scheduled for the 14th. It's going to apply the workflow, portrait sales. It's going to apply an event status called new event booked. Now obviously you have different event statuses, and remember that event statuses can also have workflows associated with them. So you can do that. And then of course you can attach the location. And when you save that, it's all set. You don't have to do anything else. So if you have 20 people come into your mini session event, it automatically schedules 20 appointments the next day for 7 days after the original date. You didn't have to do anything else. It's all done. All right, so that's kind of it for this update. But what I wanted to, some people have asked, what happens with the time? What time is it being scheduled for? And that's a really good question. What has been set up for the time being is the same time. Okay. If you want to change that in some way, obviously you're free to go in and change things. What you may want to set up in your workflow for your sales appointment is to not send anything out for an additional day so that you can specify the time on your calendar. And that way, when the reminders go out from the event that was set up, your order event, then it'll have the time on it. Okay? But for right now, it's set for the same time as the current event. So if the event was at 1 o'clock on the 7th, it's going to be set up for 1 o'clock on the 14th. All right. So that's really the whole thing in a nutshell. I hope you can use this in some way, maybe the same way that I did, maybe the same way that I set it up, or a different way. I would love to hear your feedback, how you used it. Please let me know in the comments. Obviously, if you have any questions, I'm always open for questions. And I'd love to get emails about new ideas, new things that you are doing with PIXIFI. And there's so much going on right now that I think this is a great time to be working in PIXIFI and creating your workflows and getting everything automated. We'll hope to talk to you soon. Take care.